Carolyn Thompson of Everyday Expressions. Today I'm excited to join Alex Syberia Designs' 1-year anniversary release. Alex has partnered with many fantastic sponsors and they are giving away over $1,000 in prizes. Today we are celebrating with a YouTube hop and I'm sharing a tutorial on how I COPIC colored and created this lovely birthday card. I am using the Floral Balloon Extravaganza stamp and die set. And you can see that I've begun just by stamping out the stamps using Memento ink. That's my favorite ink for COPIC coloring. I always heat set the stamped images first before I begin coloring. It's just a habit that I've gotten into. And then you can see for each of these images, I have swatched and written out the colors there to the left. So if it goes a little quickly through the video, you can always pause or even go back and write down the colors. I do tend to use several colors when I COPIC, and I am always very honest. Although I am improving and I'm constantly getting better. I am not an expert at COPIC coloring, but I do try to follow some of the really good crafters and artists out there. And if you need other hints on how to color balloons or other spherical images, I recommend just doing another YouTube search or even going to Pinterest to see what you find. So you can see I actually started by coloring 2 different balloons to see which one I liked better. The first one, although I like how I colored it, it was a little bit more bold and I preferred the softer yellow of the second one. So that is the image that I chose. And then I'm moving on to the pink one. So the technique that you see is if you actually look at pictures of inflated balloons, there's often, and I know there's a correct art term for it and I don't know what it is. It's almost like backlighting or something, and the way that the light comes around, many times it actually looks like there's actually a lighter halo around the outside before you see the darker shading as it curves up to the highlighted area. So that's why you see me leaving the whiter area. And for me, I like to start in a little bit further and then I will go back and add in more of the darker color. And it's just kind of a trick as a not expert colorer that works for me. And then moving out and building the medium to lighter tones. I have to say this is the first time that I've colored balloons in this way, and I'm very pleased with how they turned out. I don't even know if I could pick a favorite color. Actually, each one I think is just prettier, and I think I got a little bit better with each coloring. So I started with the medium to darker color. And like I said, I started a little bit more inward and then kind of go back out on the wet edge and use the next lighter and medium and then lighter and lighter tones. And then I go back in and fill back in with going darker to lighter again. Usually, as I'm COPIC coloring, I will begin and put down one layer of a lighter color and then progress through to the medium and then darker colors and then back down again. But I found coloring these balloons, I'm getting a little bit bolder, I guess is what's happening in my coloring, or more confident. So I am working to kind of skip a couple steps and lay down the darker color first and then move down to the lighter colors and then back up again. So it's kind of the opposite way of how I colored when I started. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I really like the way these balloons came out. So you'll see in a moment that I begin coloring the flowers and the foliage and the ribbon. And these are actually very easy items to color. Just no one's going to notice how precisely they're colored. They're very small images. So I just begin by laying down a base layer of the lightest color and then like to go in and add maybe one, maybe two colors for shading and accents, but do not worry about spending a lot of time on these images. Really, I think the balloons become the focal point. So these, enjoy the coloring process. I do like to color the leaves a coordinating darker kind of blue-green color when I use teals and turquoises rather than a regular green. It's just my preference. So I'm actually going to turn on a little bit of music and let you watch me coloring these images. It's a fairly simple process. So there you have it. All the images are colored. I did think to myself, "Oh, I used three or four colors on the foliage or the." So I apologize. I said it was going to be simple, but it really isn't a big deal. Use two, use three, use four, whatever works for you. So then I've used the coordinating dies to die cut all of the balloons. And then I'm going to use the die cut sentiment that you'll see I heat emboss here in a moment. And I am going to place everything on a background created using the Dazzling Fireworks cover die I think this, I can see myself using this background cover plate over and over and over again. I love just the little bit of piercing and the interest that it adds to a background. So I've used my Wow embossing powder in super fine silver to stamp and heat emboss the happy birthday sentiment. And I love the detail that Alex added to this set with the curved sentiment that fits right over top of the bigger balloon. I think that's just a special little added touch that really works with this collection. I just layer everything over pink, and then that die cut background, lots of foam tape to pop everything up, and I'll put it all together. I'll add some flat backed silver pearls. I do have to tell you, I thought later that I kind of wish I had put some, added some silver splatters in the background, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. Also, you'll notice on the colored images, I use my gel pen, and I learned that if you watch Alberto, who is a fantastic Copic colorer, I don't know his last name, but I know if you're a card maker, you probably follow him, so you know who I'm talking about. He always adds these lovely little details with white gel pens that just make his images sparkle. So I did add that to the balloons, and I really do like the way that little touch came out on this card. So as I finish this up, I just want to thank you again for watching. Do not forget to hop along and leave comments along all the videos along the hop for your chance to win one of over $1,000 in prizes from both Alex Syberia and all of the other amazing sponsors. We really appreciate your support, and it's been a fun year seeing all of Alex's fantastic releases. I'm very grateful that I've been a part of many of them, and I love guest designing. And if you ever get to know Alex or Natalia, you'll find that they are just the most generous, kind people. They're beautiful on the inside and out. So I'm happy to know them and to say that they're friends and to get to have been a part of all of the fun releases in the past year, and obviously wish them great success in the future. And I can't wait to see what else Alex and Natalia have in store for us. Here you can see final touches. I actually die cut the happy birthday out of several pieces of that teal cardstock. I am going to glue them together. And I just do that so that everything is raised and I don't have to add foam behind that. And I don't know if you can see, but I tucked some of those layers behind the balloon to raise it, and then the top layer adhered right over it, and it made a seamless finish to that raised sentiment. And there you have it. How special is this birthday card? What's your favorite part of the release? Thank you so much for hopping along. Please like and subscribe to be notified of future videos.